Ripple XRP joining forces SBI and Aramco. Could we see Ripple XRP potentially being used with Aramco, who is a giant, and tapping into their market? We are also going to be talking about some huge numbers from Ripple and with regards to their Ripple payments and how much they have been able to achieve, which is newly released information. As well as this, we will be looking at the effects on the CPI report coming out today, and also the price for both XRP coin and XLM coin for the 12th of December. All I ask from you are two things, which is to smash that like button and to subscribe to the channel as well. So the first bit of news that we have is Ripple's major partner SBI teams up with second largest global company, and so we know that SBI Holdings is Japan's largest cryptocurrency financial group, and Saudi is the world's second largest company by market capitalization. And why is this important and key for Ripple? Well, it says over here that the collaboration between them is to begin promoting digital assets and startups. And so this article actually goes to show that they are exploring it into more detail. And the SBI said it plans to set up SBI Middle East in Riyadh as a base for operations in the Middle East. And SBI also recently announced a $100 million joint fund with the Standard Chartered based out of Dubai. And both of these companies will look at co-investing each other's digital assets portfolio. And so again, Ripple XRP have the ability to basically showcase itself over there. And this is a big deal, right? Because Saudi Aramco is a large oil giant. We also have some figures as well where their oil actually accounts for 90% of Saudi Arabia's revenue and most of its foreign earnings. And so that is where the majority of their money comes from. And Saudi Arabia has also mentioned before that they are open and changing the way that they do business. Now, this was back in 2018, but Saudi Arabia's central bank actually signed a blockchain deal with Ripple. So not only do we have this collaboration between Aramco and SBI, which is Ripple's partner, but we also have Saudi Arabia, the central bank themselves, actually wanting to be exposed to Ripple. And it says over here that the central bank signed a deal with Ripple to help banks in the kingdom settlement payments using blockchain software as the Gulf regulators begin to explore new forms of financial technology. So it seems like as if Dubai are ahead of the game and they are exploring all of this new kind of innovation and technology well before other countries. And the pilot program is the first of its kind to be launched by a central bank, allowing banks in Saudi Arabia to use Ripple's software to instantly settle payments sent into and out of the country. Guys, this information is absolutely massive, and it goes to show that Saudi can pump in so much money for us. It's also important to mention that the Saudi finance minister has said that Saudi is open to using currencies other than the US dollar in their oil contracts, and so that could mean they could potentially be pivoting to digital assets instead of using your traditional currencies such as the US dollar or the British sterling pound, and it could potentially make more sense for them to do that. And back then, the Saudi central bank was working with the United Arab Emirates central bank to issue a digital currency that would be accepted in cross-border transactions between the two countries. And so guys, who can do this and perform this cross-border payments? Well, Ripple can. So really good news for Ripple XRP. Now let's have a look at some numbers that Ripple payments have achieved. This came back from the event at Dubai, which was Ripple Swell, and let's have a look at these stats that they've done.
And since 2016, we've helped serve hundreds of customers, allowing them access to over 70 different payout markets, which represents over 90% of the global FX market. And in that time, as Monica mentioned yesterday, we processed over 27 million transactions, representing approximately $50 billion in notional value. And the best part of this is it's all without requiring customers to pre-fund payments.
And so this is a growth from 2016 all the way to 2023, so roughly around about 7 to 8 years. And again, all of these numbers will easily be able to double or even triple as we go along. Now that Ripple is gaining more exposure and more partnerships, it goes to show that they are doing really well, especially without the pre-funding requirements. And so that means that they don't have to put money up front, and they've been able to do all of these transactions. Again, good numbers from Ripple payments. So the CPI data or report is going to be coming out today. Let's see what we have coming from CNBC and what could potentially happen.
Peter, how important will the CPI data be to the narrative on interest rates in the coming months?
Well, I think it's going to reflect a continued moderation in the pace of inflation. I'm particularly watching the core number and the rental component of that core number, because in real life, rental growth has been slowing notably, while the CPI calculation of rent has lagged. So I think this is giving the Fed obvious reason to stop raising interest rates. And I know we're all debating what that means when they'll eventually start cutting interest rates for next year. But at least the trajectory of of inflation is still headed in the right direction.
And so currently in the rate right now is at 5.25%. I believe that the Federal Reserve have said that they have no plans to change it, but we'll have to see when the CPI data comes out. So let's have a look at the price action for XRP coin first, and then we will move on to XLM. So currently we are trading at 62 cents and we are down in the volume by 11.56% on the 1-day chart. We are also trading at $1.6 billion in volume. For the 7-day chart, we are up by 2.13%. Again, we did have that massive rally to 69 cents and we had that drop off, which a lot of people have described it as the crypto flash crash. Now, what are we seeing here? Well, we did see a low all of the way to 60 cents at $2.2 billion. And I am quite glad that it didn't go to a low of 59 cents and it was able to bounce back up over here, as you can see, to a near mid-range of 62 cents. And now it seems like as if we are staying within this line. I did say that XRP coin should be roughly around about 63 cents. And again, if it does drop even further, the next support line that we would be tested is 59 cents. It would be good if it could drop further so that we could load up and get the cheap prices for XRP. If we have a look at XLM coin, we are currently trading at 0.1245. We are down by 25.89% on the 1-day chart and we are currently trading at $100.3 million. Again, for XLM coin, we're doing pretty well on the 1-day. We did go to a low of 0.1209, but we have been able to bounce back up quite a bit, which is great. For the 7-day chart, we are up by 3.62%. We had that crypto flash crash, but XLM coin has done pretty well considering the fact that 12 cents was pretty difficult for it to even surpass by, and we were at that mid-range of the 11 cents. So let's see if it can hold this level. We may see more retracement back down to these 12 cents and maybe even below that as well. Guys, if you want daily XRP coin and XLM coin news, subscribe to the channel and like the video as well.